My teen son suddenly wanted to share bed with us, and I was devastated when I found out why. My son recently turned 16. 2 nights ago, he came into our room and asked if he could sleep with us. He seemed kinda nervous, I guess. He's 150 pounds and 6 feet, so we thought that might be rough for all three of us in the same bed. My wife and I offered that one of us could go sleep with him in his bed. He said okay. We asked who he wanted. He said me, Dad. I was kinda surprised. We have a good relationship, but my wife has always been the nurturing type they go to when they are sick, etc. But I went and got in bed with him. I asked him if everything was okay and if he wanted to talk about anything. He got irritated and just said, "If you don't want to be here, you can just go back to your bed. I don't care." I said I didn't mean it like that, and I put my arm around him. He kinda hugged my arm, and we stayed like that for a while. The next morning I woke, and he was like straight up hugging me. He was asleep, not sure if it was on purpose or by accident. My arm was asleep. I was sweating from all the body heat, not that comfortable. He moved around right much in the night, so I didn't sleep the greatest. I was hoping it was just a one-time rough day kind of thing, but last night he asked again. I said yes, and didn't try to ask him any questions this time. He was not hugging me this morning, and I slept a little better. As far as I'm aware, nothing crazy has been going on in his life recently. Doesn't have a girlfriend, and yes, he'd tell me. So no bad breakup or anything. Doesn't seem super depressed. Wife thinks it's sweet and says he might look like an adult, but he's still a kid. Don't make a big deal out of it. I can't help but feel like this isn't typical teen boy behavior, and it makes me think something is up. A few nights is okay, but I don't want this to become like an every night kind of thing. I'm not sure how long he will ask. Not sure what I should say or do. Any thoughts? Update 2 days later. I guess I haven't always been the best with affection. Honestly, it just felt a little awkward having another basically grown man pressed up against me, even if it was my own son. The third night he asked me to sleep with him again, so I did. We got in bed, and he put his arm around me and snuggled up against me. I told him one of my favorite memories of him was him laying on my chest as a baby and toddler while I watched TV, and I was glad we got to do that again. He said, "I miss being a kid sometimes." I said I did too. I said, "How's life been going, bud? Anything I can do to make it better for you?" He said, "I don't know. I guess I've just been feeling kinda lonely recently." It was dark, but I think he started crying a little. I asked him if he knew why he felt this way. He said he didn't really have any friends, and I guess the people he thought were didn't really seem to like him anymore. We talked for a good while, but I won't share all the personal details. Then it was quiet for a while. Then he said he was sorry for being weird, that he'd be okay, and I could go back to my bed. I told him it wasn't weird to want to be close to your dad, and that I loved getting cuddles again. He held on to me tightly all night. I didn't sleep much, but it was worth it, I guess. The next day, I did suggest maybe we could have sleepovers just on the weekend. He seemed cool with that. Figured I could get a break, but he'd still have something to look forward to. I feel so bad for the kid. I didn't grow up in a therapy kind of family, and I haven't talked to him about it yet, but I might see if he's open to it. He's just been really clingy, and I think if he can just get some of his confidence back, that will help him feel better and maybe make it easier to make friends.